see God wonder. Big sound, loud sound, my fame go thunder. Ishaluwa lehi, I am a shabosi. Ishaluwa ni mi, Oluwa lo shabo mi. Motigoke, motigoke, motila, motigoke, motidaraba, motidaba, motiga, motidaba, motigoke, motigoke, motila, motigoke, motidaraba, motidaba, motiga, motidaba.
You were listening to Campbell Radio.
Look in my body, oh, you go wonder. In the bless me, well, see my life, oh. Look in my body, oh, you go wonder. In the bless me, well, see my life, oh. Ishaluwa lehi, I am a shabosi. Ishaluwa ni mi, Oluwa lo shabo mi. Motigoke, motigoke, motila, motigoke, motidaraba, motidaba, motiga, motidaba, motigoke, motigoke, motila, motigoke, motidaraba, motidaba, motiga, motidaba, motigoke, motigoke, motila, motigoke, motidaraba, motidaba, motiga, motidaba, motigoke, Ishaluwa, womp on the beat.
Womp on the beat. You were listening to Campbell Radio.
Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Damola is my name. I feel privileged being here today. Today is Sunday, beautiful Sunday. We've all come to celebrate with a cappella. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you. You know, there's something masters of ceremonies do at events. It's called audience analysis. We try to make sure that we have a personal rapport with our audiences most times when we speak. And that is why you hear things like, tell your neighbor, say neighbor, it is well with you. Tell your neighbor, say neighbor, so and so. It's very nice actually. But some masters of ceremonies take it a step higher. And it now starts sounding like threat. Tell your neighbor, say neighbor, I'll be richer than you this year. It sounds good till you sit beside your landlord. A guy sat beside his landlord. Neighbor, I'll be richer than you this year. The alert he got was increment in rent, whatever. One guy sat beside his project supervisor. The MC said, tell your neighbor, say neighbor. He said, neighbor, I'll be more successful than you this year. 5 years ago, he's still in chapter 2. I love this joke, I'll do it. I tell people that things are getting better here in Lagos, Nigeria. Gone are the days that you go to church on a Sunday morning, spend 8 hours, 9 hours, Sunday service. Nowadays, a full Sunday service, 1 hour, 30 minutes. 1 hour, 45 minutes. That's not even the best part of Sunday services for me. The best part of Sunday services for me is the way they recognize first timers. If you're a first timer in a Sunday service, the way they will appreciate you is different. Nowadays, they can give you different type of food. As a first timer, give you salad and ice cream. As a first timer, 1 hour, 30 minute service, they give you rice and fried fowl. Give you fish, fried egg, fried fowl, and boiled egg. As a first timer. There was a young man that came from his own town. The first church he went to on a Sunday morning, he sat at a strategic position. 8 a.m. service, 9:45, the service was over. They gave him pizza, shawarma, and ice cream. He went to another church the following Sunday. They gave him rice, fried fowl, and fried fish. He went to another church the following Sunday. They gave him pizza, shawarma, jollof rice, fried egg, and fried fowl. Then he started becoming a first timer for a living. That was what he was doing professionally. He did not do his research when he entered the church. 8 a.m. service, he sat at a strategic position, thinking business as usual. At 9:45, the service will be over. Our takeaway pack. Ladies and gentlemen, when it was 3:30, that was when they started preaching. When it was 6:30, they said, if you're a first timer, stand up. Aggressively stood up. They said, follow Sister Nkechi to the back. Sister Nkechi said, you are welcome to our church. This is Brother Timothy. He will talk to you about discipleship. That went on for 1 hour. This is Sister Stella. She will talk to you about mentorship. That went on for 1 hour. This is Brother Colinius. He will talk to you about stewardship. That went on for 1 hour. When it was around 9:30, his eyes were red. He had not eaten from his house. The only motivation he had was the takeaway pack he was looking at in front of him. He said at the end of the day, we'll go home with something. Ladies and gentlemen, when it was 10:30, he said, thank you for coming to our church. They gave him the takeaway pack. It was very heavy. He did not open it. The church is somewhere around Ikorodu. He lives around Fadeyi. The guy trekked from Ikorodu to Maryland. He used Marua to complete the journey. By the time he got home, he sat on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, when he opened the takeaway pack, he saw 16 CDs of messages, 24 magazines of messages. The only eatable thing there was one tom-tom. From that day, he started attending online services. Put your hands together for yourself, please. If there is any profession I love the medical profession. If you are a doctor, that title is prestigious. I appreciated it more when I went for NYSC so many years ago. Like 3 years ago. I discovered that all the doctors that were coppers were given preferential treatment. They did not stress them. But people like myself that studied the likes of political science, geography, aquaculture and fisheries, BSc soil, BSc forest and forest management, they treated us as if we did not go to school. And it was very painful. All the doctors had a doctor on duty tag on them, so they did not wake up 4:30 a.m. But people like myself, they used to stress us anyhow. I decided to do something about it. I discovered that all the doctors had a doctor on duty tag on them. So I decided to type my own by myself. I typed doctor on duty. I put it on my neck. I was walking sluggishly. The soldier saw me and said, hey, double up, you know if you run? I said, I'm a doctor. I studied political science. I said, I'm a doctor. He said, you, doctor? I said, yes, I'm a doctor. I've never seen the clinic before. I said, I always go. When he lifted his hand, I saw the slap of a soldier coming towards my face. He said, what type of doctor are you? I said, I'm a native doctor. Doctor is doctor. The most important thing is what is in front. I tell people all the time that there's a big difference between crèche and daycare. When I'm done with this joke, you will know the one you went to. In a daycare, the system is different from what we have in a crèche. In a crèche, all the children are always they are not under pressure. They will do puff hair with pink ribbon. They will wear gown that have flower here and 2 ropes at the back. All the children are always fine. TV screens everywhere, flowers everywhere. The children are not under pressure. When mommy drops the child at the gate of the crèche, hello baby, you're at your crèche now. The child will look at mommy and say, mom. And the child will go and meet one auntie that is waiting for her to receive her at the door. Daycare. When you get there, all the children always look alike. Because all of them are on Gorimapa. They lapa on their head, you can calculate the circumference. All of them will not have different types of Gorimapa with different type of lapa and Nekusa. They will not put dusting powder from head to toe. All of them will not look like idol. By the time you get into the crèche, the daycare, the first man that comes to you is Isaiah. The mother and the child will be on bike. The mother will just tell the child, Oyabole. 1-year-old child. The child will not want to come down. The mother will come down from the bike, bring down the child, and now start pulling the child, pulling mother, child. The mama in charge of all the children will hold on Morogo. And she'll be watching the relationship between mother and child. She will not say anything. As mother and child are struggling with each other, by the time they just get to the front, She just look at the mother and the child. Mommy, immediately she says that they are launching the child into another level of greatness. You see all the child. Thank you very much. Damola is my name. God bless you.
My name is Miracle Ogweke and I love Kampe Radio.
Forever. I can hear the applause. Please put your hands together for Forever. That's why right now my last name
Happy New Year. Please clap for me. I'm a married man. Please, it's not easy to marry in this country. You marry successfully. I've been married for a very long time. For like 2 years now. Before I got married, one man lied to me. I'm looking for that man because I want to arrest him. He said, Forever, when you marry, you are the head of your family. Don't let your wife control you. Be in charge. Lagos. For 2 years now, I'm not in charge. Before I got married, I was an Arsenal fan. As I speak to you, I support Nickelodeon. I can't even touch remote control, talk more of changing channel. How I started watching Z-Word, I don't know. But right now, the one that caused her, they've started to. It got so bad, one morning I saw my wife, I said, Namaste. I said, hey, God forbid. I'm already speaking India in my house. I got married from Edo State. Anybody from Edo State here? Wonderful people. Benin City is the only place that have airport, no plane. Because they don't need it. Everybody flies. As I'm talking to you now, I don't know where my wife did. But I know she's going somewhere. Because I don't book flights anymore. I say my wife, I want to travel. Can we do afternoon? Say afternoon is crowded. Let's do night. Wonderful place. You know, 2019 is a great year. That's what they will tell us. Motivational speakers will not give you hope. They will not give you quotes that don't work for them. They will tell you, my brother, in 2019, you need scope to cope. Without cars, you can't have cars. I said, my brother, give me motor.
Those guys are brilliant. Those guys are top of their game. I love those guys, you know. It's a good way to start the year. Yeah.
Your honeymoon in America, I said, no, we did the honey in Benin and the moon in Lagos, so we measured Torre. So he said he wanted to give me and my wife a treat at this very hotel. He said, would you choose date? As we chose date, I can't forget, April 8th. As we entered the room, as I sat on the bed, I told my wife, there's a problem in this room. He said, what happened? I said, this bed is too soft. He said, what does it mean? I said, it means the room is expensive. I called reception. I said, madam, how much is this room? They say 156,000. I said, for one night or 1 week. He said, for one night. I said, to sleep and wake up. I brought a calculator. My annual rent is 800,000. Divided it with 365 days. Divided the hotel room. Me and my wife slept 71 days of our rent in that room. I not feel sleep. AC was on. I was sweating. My wife said, what's the problem? I said, do you know how much? All this, so my wife kept quiet. So I thought I was the only one with poverty mentality until my wife went to use the restroom and came out. The tap was running. I said, you're not off tap. He said, my husband, we can't finish the money or let the water waste. You know that there are different kind of hotels in this country. I lodged in one hotel at Ibadan last year. When we got into the reception, to God to me, I thought we were at NEPA office. If you see wire. I said, in a hotel, but he said, I said, what is the wire doing here? I said, we like connection. I said, how much is the room? He said, 7,500, but we can give you 7,000. I said, this one, your pricing hotel room, is the room good? He said, that's what we do on Sunday. As I entered the room, I wanted to on. He said, yes. I said, what for? He said, we're using small gen. When we did on big gen, he said by 12. I said, that means you won't on it. I on TV, the volume was loud. I was looking for a remote. I didn't see. I said, where my remote? He says at the reception. What is my remote doing at reception? He said, the full hotel, that remote is there. I said, why? He said, we have one. So the guy increased the volume from downstairs. As I was trying to reduce the volume, I said, how do I reduce it? He saw got off the socket. I have slept in some useless hotels in this life. I slept in one hotel. 5 a.m. receptionist came. Everybody come out for morning devotion. Now your house.